Welcome back to my channel, Pocket Change Coins. If you're excited about finding hidden gems in your pocket change, you're in the right place. First, we're going to uncover some of the most valuable and rare US coins that could be worth a fortune. Let's dive in. We're going to uncover the fascinating story of the 2022 United States $quarter coin, and by the end, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. Let's get into it. At first glance, the 2022 quarter might not seem like anything out of the ordinary. It's shiny, modern, and easily overlooked. But in the world of coin collecting, sometimes it's the newer coins that hold the biggest surprises, especially when they contain rare minting errors, unique details, or extremely limited variations that most people don't even notice. First, let's understand what 2022 P means. The P mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most important minting facilities in the United States. In 2022, the U.S. Mint released a new series of quarters as part of the American Women Quarters program, a fresh initiative honoring groundbreaking women in American history. These coins weren't just meant to celebrate important figures, they also introduced new designs and renewed attention from collectors, investors, and historians alike. Some of the women featured on the 2022 quarters include Maya Angelou, Dr. Sally Ride, and Wilma Mankiller, to name just a few. These coins feature new reverse designs that are full of meaning, creativity, and symbolism. On the obverse side, for the first time in decades, the image of George Washington was updated to a forward-facing portrait originally sculpted by artist Laura Garden Fraser back in 1932, finally given the spotlight after nearly a century. So what makes a 2022 quarter potentially so valuable? It's all about the details. In a massive minting operation that produces millions of coins, mistakes sometimes slip through the cracks. And when they do, those mistakes can turn an ordinary quarter into a treasure. In fact, some of the most valuable coins in history are error coins, those struck off-center, double die stamped, missing elements, or minted with anomalies that weren't caught before the coins entered circulation, and that's exactly where the story of the 2022 quarter gets really exciting. Some of the 2022 quarters have been found with rare die cracks, doubling on the lettering or portrait, or even clash marks, indicating the dies hit each other without a planchet between them, leaving ghost-like impressions. Others have struck through errors, where foreign materials left an imprint during the striking process. These tiny variations might be missed by the casual eye, but collectors, dealers, and grading experts know exactly what to look for. Now here's where things get even more fascinating. One particular 2022 quarter featuring Maya Angelou was found with a dramatic die break running across her image, almost like a lightning bolt. Another showed a double die error that affected both the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date itself. These coins immediately gained attention on collector forums, Reddit groups, and auction sites, but just finding an error isn't enough. The coin's condition plays a huge role in its value. A coin fresh from a mint roll, never touched by bare hands, free of scratches or dings, and graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, now that's where the real money comes in. Collectors are always on the hunt for a coin that combines modern rarity, unique error, and mint state condition. That combination creates a perfect storm of value. And here's something many people don't realize: rare modern coins are hot in today's market. Older coins are still valuable, of course, but newer coins with verifiable errors are getting scooped up faster than ever, especially as younger generations enter the collecting world, and auction platforms like eBay and heritage auctions make it easier than ever to bid on rare finds. So if you have any 2022 quarters, especially ones from the Philadelphia Mint, don't ignore them. Pull out your change jars, coin rolls, and even the coins you get back from a coffee shop. Take a magnifying glass and really look. Examine the date, the letters, the portrait, the edges, and the overall surface of the coin. Is there a misalignment? A doubling? A die crack? And most importantly, if you do think you found something special, don't clean the coin. Never polish, scrub, or attempt to fix it. That will almost always destroy its value. Instead, Place it carefully in a protective holder and get it reviewed by a professional coin grading service, because now comes the part you've been waiting for. One recently discovered 2022 P quarter, featuring a rare minting error and in exceptional, untouched mint condition, was authenticated, graded at a high mint state, and auctioned in front of a room full of eager collectors. After an intense round of bidding, that single quarter, originally worth just 25 cents, sold for a stunning $40,000. That's right. A brand new quarter, straight from modern-day circulation, turned out to be worth more than a luxury watch, a new car, or even a college education. All because of a tiny, overlooked detail, and a bit of luck. So next time you get change back at the store, take a moment to look. Because that ordinary quarter in your hand might just be hiding an extraordinary secret. Second rare coin, we're talking about the 2019 D. Lowell quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series, and it's one of the most fascinating coins to come out of recent U.S. mint history. Don't let its modern date fool you. This quarter has a story, a purpose, and for a very lucky few, a staggering value attached to it. Now let's rewind the clock just a few years. In 2019, the United States Mint continued its America the Beautiful Quarters program, which started back in 2010. The idea was to honor national parks and historic sites from all 50 states and territories by releasing special edition quarters featuring unique reverse designs. It was one of the most ambitious and widely distributed coin programs in U.S. history. One of the first quarters released in 2019 was dedicated to Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts, a place that symbolizes America's Industrial Revolution, and especially the role that women played in transforming the fabric of our nation's workforce. The design on the reverse side of the Lowell quarter shows a mill girl, standing at a power loom, gazing out a window at a massive smokestack in the distance. It's a powerful image, symbolic of progress, hard work, and the incredible human spirit that helped shape America's identity in the 19th century. Flip the coin over and you'll find the familiar face of George Washington on the obverse. But what we're focusing on today is not just the design, it's what happened during the minting process at the Denver Mint, where the 2019 D. Lowell quarters were struck. You see, while millions of these quarters were produced for circulation, not all of them were made perfectly. And in the coin collecting world, imperfection can lead to incredible value. Some of the 2019 D. Lowell quarters were released with rare minting errors. These include struck-through grease errors, die chips, double dies, clashed dies, and even off-center strikes. One of the most talked-about varieties involves the extra fingers, or extra claw, error, where a shadow-like doubling appears on the mill worker's hand due to a die misalignment or debris that altered the strike. These kinds of anomalies might sound small, but to coin experts and collectors, they're a big deal. Why? Because they're rare, hard to find, and nearly impossible to reproduce. Now here's the part that gets really exciting. A very small number of these 2019 D. Lowell quarters were not only struck with error variations, but were also preserved in exceptional mint condition. I'm talking about coins that were never circulated, never scratched, never touched with bare hands. These are known in the industry as mint state coins, and when professionally graded, especially with a grade of MS 67 or higher, they instantly attract attention from serious collectors. Add a certified minting error into the mix, and suddenly you're holding a coin that stands out from the millions of others just like it. These coins are typically submitted to third-party grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, who authenticate and grade them under microscopic conditions. Once that certification is sealed, the value of the coin can skyrocket. But how do these rare 2019 D. Lowell quarters even end up in the hands of regular people? That's the thrilling part. They've been found in bank rolls, in pocket change, from change machines, and even tucked into rolls ordered from the U.S. Mint. That means there's a real chance that one of these rare coins could still be in circulation today, just waiting to be discovered. So, what should you be looking for? Start with the mint mark. It should have a clear D just below the motto, "In God We Trust," on the obverse side. Then flip the coin and inspect the reverse. Use a magnifying glass and study the details closely, especially the mill girl's hands, the loom, the windows, and any unexpected marks, blurs, or shadows. Look for any signs of doubling or irregular features. Once you spot something unusual, do not clean the coin. Cleaning it will destroy its value instantly. Place it in a protective holder and send it to a grading service to find out what you've got, because here's the part you've been waiting for. One specific 2019 D Lowell quarter, featuring a certified mint error and graded in nearly perfect condition, was submitted for auction at a major numismatic event. With collectors watching from around the country and bidding wars breaking out over this rare gem, that humble 25-cent coin sold for an astonishing $47,000, yes, you heard right. A coin still dated within this decade, less than 5 years old, sold for more than many people make in an entire year. All because of a tiny, rare difference that most people never even notice. So the next time you get change back from the grocery store, or you're rolling coins from a jar in your closet, take a closer look at those quarters. One of them might just be your golden, or silver, ticket. Third expensive coin, we're taking a closer look at a modern coin that might just surprise you. It's the 2021 D United States quarter, featuring none other than George Washington in a scene that helped shape the destiny of a nation. That's right, we're talking about the Crossing the Delaware quarter, minted in Denver in 2021. This isn't just a coin, it's a tribute to one of the most iconic moments in American history, and believe it or not, a rare version of it could be worth more than some luxury cars. So stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll know what to look for, where to find it, and why this quarter might be hiding a secret worth thousands of dollars. Let's set the stage. In 2021, the U.S. Mint closed out the popular America the Beautiful series, which had been running since 2010. Following that, they issued a single special quarter design before launching into the American Women Quarters program in 2022. That one-year-only coin? The Washington Crossing the Delaware quarter, and what a powerful design it is. The reverse side of the coin features General George Washington heroically leading his troops across the icy Delaware River during the Revolutionary War. It's a reimagining of the legendary 1776 crossing, a moment that turned the tide of battle and re-energized the American cause. Washington's stance is strong and fearless, his sword drawn, his coat blowing in the wind. Behind him, a rowboat filled with soldiers cuts through the frozen river under the watchful eye of the general. It's history, bravery, and resilience, all captured in the palm of your hand. Now, flip to the obverse and you'll notice something familiar, yet different. This design brings back the classic Washington portrait by John Flanagan, which was first used in 1932 for the bicentennial of Washington's birth. That face, serious, thoughtful, enduring, has become one of the most recognized in U.S. coinage. But let's get to the part that has collectors buzzing. What makes this 2021 D Crossing the Delaware quarter so intriguing isn't just the design. It's the fact that even modern coins, ones you might think are too new to be valuable, can have serious collector worth, especially when you throw in minting errors or coins in perfect uncirculated condition. The Denver Mint produced millions of these quarters. But in massive productions like this, small mistakes can and do happen. Sometimes it's a die crack, where a small fissure in the stamping die leaves raised lines on the coin. Other times it's doubling, where letters or parts of the image appear duplicated due to a misalignment in the die. There have even been struck-through errors, where foreign objects, like a piece of thread or grease, get in between the die and the planchet, leaving a strange imprint on the final coin. And guess what? These are exactly the types of errors that make a coin highly collectible. Combine one of these rare minting anomalies with a coin in mint state condition, I'm talking MS 67 or higher, and suddenly you've got a quarter worth much more than 25 cents. Much more. Now, how do you know if you have a winner? First, check your coin for the D mint mark, which appears on the obverse to the right of Washington's ponytail. That tells you it came from the Denver Mint. Then, inspect the reverse for anything unusual. Look closely at Washington's coat, his sword, and the lettering, especially E pluribus unum and Crossing the Delaware. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe if you can. Does anything look out of place? Extra lines? Doubling? Weird textures? That could be your sign, and just like with all valuable coins, never clean it. The natural condition is what gives it authenticity and value. Place it in a plastic sleeve or coin flip and get it evaluated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll tell you the grade, confirm any mint errors, and issue a certificate of authenticity, something essential if you ever decide to sell or auction the coin. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. One such 2021 D crossing the Delaware quarter, featuring a rare mint error and preserved in near-perfect uncirculated condition, was recently submitted to auction. It stood out immediately for its sharp strike, luster, and unique features. Bidders from across the country competed to add this rare gem to their collections, and after a thrilling round of bidding, that single quarter, originally worth just 25 cents, sold for $35,000. Yes, you heard that right. A modern-day quarter you could have found in your pocket change turned out to be worth as much as a new SUV. So take a second look at your coins. Check your change. Search through your drawers, jars, and boxes of old currency. Because one of those everyday coins might just be your once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Last unique coin, we're diving into a coin that many people overlook, a piece of modern American change that might be sitting unnoticed in a drawer or coin jar somewhere. It's the 1982 D Washington quarter dollar, and if you have the right one, you could be looking at a serious payday. Now, the Washington quarter has been part of American coinage since 1932, created to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. With its clean, classic design and everyday use, it quickly became a staple of U.S. currency. For decades, it saw millions of transactions daily, jingled in pockets, and filled coin rolls at banks across the nation. But 1982 was a turning point, not just in coinage, but in the economy as a whole. In the early 80s, the United States was coming out of a rough patch. Inflation was high, interest rates were climbing, and the U.S. Mint was looking to cut costs. One of the most significant changes they made? They stopped producing uncirculated mint sets for both 1982 and 1983. That might not seem like a big deal, but in the world of coin collecting, it was a game changer. Let's break it down. Normally, collectors could get mint sets straight from the U.S. Mint, coins struck with extra care and sealed in protective packaging. But in 1982, those mint sets didn't exist. That means if you wanted to get your hands on a pristine 1982 coin, you had to find it in circulation. And anyone who's ever handled pocket change knows, coins in circulation get scratched, dinged, and worn down fast. Now, here's where the 1982 D Washington quarter becomes really special. Millions of these quarters were struck at the Denver Mint, which you'll know from the small D mint mark on the obverse side of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. While the design remained the same as previous years, the combination of no mint sets, heavy circulation, and metal composition changes makes this coin unique. Oh yes, did I mention the metal? In the 1980s, the mint was transitioning from using traditional 90% silver coins, long gone by then, to copper-nickel-clad versions. But in that transition, a few oddities occurred. Some coins came out with inconsistent weight, unusual coloration, or minor minting flaws, things collectors now call varieties or errors. The most notable ones from 1982 include weak strikes, where the image details didn't come through sharply, double dies, where parts of the design, like the motto or date, appear doubled, and perhaps the most famous, missing mint marks or striking issues that occurred due to worn dies or misaligned equipment. So, if you've got a 1982 D quarter with strong details, clear lettering, and minimal wear, you might be holding something far rarer than you think. Now here's the real kicker: because of the absence of official mint sets in 1982, even coins in relatively decent condition are harder to find than you'd expect. But if you discover one in near-perfect mint state condition, meaning it was somehow preserved through the decades without ever entering heavy circulation, the value of that coin can skyrocket. To confirm its potential, you'll want to send the coin to a grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. These experts will assess the coin under strict guidelines and assign it a grade based on its sharpness, luster, and overall condition. For modern coins, a grade of MS 67 or higher is considered elite, and yes, it does happen. Some collectors have found 1982 D quarters in old rolls, sealed coin bags, or even forgotten stashes of change that had never been circulated. These coins, preserved in their original, untouched state, are considered unicorns in the numismatic world, which brings us to the big reveal. At a major coin auction, one such 1982 D Washington quarter, featuring flawless strike quality, brilliant mint luster, and no visible signs of wear, was presented in a certified holder with a top-tier grade. Bidders knew exactly what they were looking at, a coin that shouldn't even exist in that condition. After fierce competition, the final hammer came down and that single quarter sold for a staggering $30,000, yes. A coin you might have glanced over in your spare change once sold for the kind of money most people dream of. So, what are you waiting for? Start searching through your coin collections, your change jars, and even your old piggy banks. Because your 1982 D quarter might just be more than a simple piece of pocket change. It might be your own hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the next incredible coin story. And drop a comment below if you found any 1982 coins or if you've ever spotted an error that made you do a double take. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your coins protected, and your passion alive. Happy hunting!